There's a huge problem with Duolingo, and they're about to be in some serious trouble. In fact, it's getting so bad that people who used to strongly support it are now some of its biggest critics. In a recent update, Duolingo CEO Louis Von Ahn announced that they are now going to be an AI-first company, and the reaction from app users was swift.
Duolingo made an announcement last night that caused thousands of people to cancel their subscriptions this morning.
Everyone is hating on Duolingo for going AI first.
We are watching the live downfall of Duolingo.
But that's not the only issue Duolingo has come under fire for in the past few years. So how did the world's best language learning app turn into one of the most controversial apps on the planet? Let me tell you all about it. Duolingo was born from an idea in 2009 by Louis Von Ahn. Then he was a professor at Carnegie Mellon University. Alongside him was Severin Hacker, a postgraduate student from Switzerland. Despite their different backgrounds, Louis, who is from Guatemala, and Severin, who was from Switzerland, they shared one common experience. They had both seen firsthand how challenging it was for people from their home country to learn English. That shared perspective sparked a powerful idea. What if learning a new language could not only be easier, but also more enjoyable? Together, they set out to create a platform that would change the way we approach language learning. On November 30th of 2011, Duolingo launched in private beta. Within just a month, over 100,000 people had joined the waiting list. By the time it went public on June 19th of 2012, that number had grown to nearly 500,000. Users were hooked by Duolingo's game-like approach, which turned learning into something fun and rewarding. And in case you're wondering about the green owl mascot, Duo is green simply because Severin Hacker hates the color green. Naturally, they had to make that the centerpiece. By 2013, Duolingo had over 5 million users and quickly became the #1 free education app on the Google Play Store and Apple's App Store. Fast forward to 2024, and Duolingo reported an impressive $748 million in revenue, mainly from subscriptions to its premium plan, which is Duolingo Plus. And as of 2025, the platform now serves over 130 million users worldwide. From humble beginnings to a global phenomenon, Duolingo has not only helped millions break through the language barrier, it has proven that education and profit can go hand in hand. But things quickly took a turn for the worst when they made a shocking announcement in 2025. Duolingo might have topped the charts as the #1 app on Apple and Google, but now it's starting to look more like a cautionary tale. Their CEO, Mr. Louis, may have just signed their downfall. In a world that's gone crazy over technology, it's no surprise that Duolingo's CEO has decided to go AI first.
Duolingo is replacing contract workers with artificial intelligence.
The human element in society just keeps getting smaller and smaller, and with an AI-first platform, Duolingo will be getting rid of its contract employees and essentially replacing them with AI systems.
That will include not using contractors to, quote, do work that AI can handle.
When you go on record saying your company is becoming AI first, it's not hard to assume that humans are taking a back seat, especially those who work there that built your success in the first place. And y'all, the backlash was swift. Users took straight to social media, threatening to cancel subscriptions and delete the app altogether, saying this move is a slap in the face to Duolingo's people-first image. And guys, it doesn't stop there. According to Louis's email, Duolingo will also be using AI in their hiring process and even their performance reviews for the humans that still work there. Because nothing screams we care about quality like outsourcing people decisions to an algorithm. Just imagine trying to dispute a bad performance review. Sorry, the AI said so. Wow. And at the end of the day, when your workforce is upset, your users are walking away, and your hiring decisions are being made by code, you've really got to wonder, is going AI first really worth it? Google seems to be wondering the same thing. But instead of going all in like Duolingo and risking your company without even testing if it would work first, Google has launched what they call Google Labs Little Language Lessons. Although it isn't an app, Google is just testing how well AI truly works as a platform for teaching.
Duolingo's CEO said moving quickly to become AI first, despite technology not being 100% perfect, could lead to some occasional small hits on quality.
And of course, TikTok wasted zero time reacting. Users are flooding the app with videos, jokes, and even rants, calling out what feels like another tech company forgetting who their audience audiences. And the overwhelming vibe? Disappointment.
Duolingo are going to be an AI-first company. What does that even mean?
Can't use Duolingo anymore to learn languages. You better find another app.
I spent a lot of time on TikTok. I know that the Duolingo team does as well, and there was a lot of pushback to this AI first push.
A lot of longtime Duolingo users are just frustrated and honestly feeling kind of betrayed. People didn't sign up to chat with a robot about conjugating verbs. They signed up for an app that felt like a fun, human-led experience where you could learn at your own pace with some personality and structure. And yes, an actual human. People are pointing out that if Duolingo is just gonna feed you AI answers, why not just ask ChatGPT or even Google Translate or one of the 500 other tools that are readily available for free? It's almost like the brand forgot what made it special in the first place. That weird little green bird pushing you to do your lessons with a little bit of guilt and a whole lot of personality. And yes, though I do agree that AI has a little bit of place in language learning, no one's really denying that. But the way that Duolingo seems to be pivoting, people feel like the human side of learning is just completely being erased.
You came out with the news earlier this week that you're launching with the help of AI. I spent a lot of time on TikTok. There was a lot of pushback to this AI first push.
TikTokers are even joking that the cute little green owl is being replaced by a cold, lifeless chatbot. And let's be honest, no amount of slick branding can make it feel the same. At the end of the day, users are saying they came here to connect with a language and a community, not just run drills with a glorified autocorrect. And if Duolingo doesn't take that seriously, it might just end up learning a harsh lesson in user loyalty in every language. People have even taken to the Apple Store and have voiced their thoughts on this matter. I imagine after a few days, more and more people are going to join in, and their 4.8 star rating is going to start to fall. Here are some of the best reviews that I found. Thanks for nothing, deleting my app. I will not be using a product from a company who says going forward they will be AI first. Get a grip. It's amazing that y'all can read hundreds of languages, but not the room. At a time when jobs are scarce, education is expensive, and the economy is in turmoil, you decide to fire hardworking real human beings and replace them with AI to save a couple bucks. Duolingo is replacing all their contractors with AI. Way to lose the trust and following you've built over the years in just a matter of minutes. Well, it's safe to say people are not thrilled. And in an age of smartphones and infinite Wi-Fi, that displeasure is just a few keystrokes away. The forums, they're flooded. The review sites are on fire. And Duolingo's mentions, may they rest in peace. When your entire customer base has a megaphone in their pocket, making a move like this is less bold strategy and more career kamikaze. Maybe Duolingo can backpedal fast enough to save face, but let's be honest, the cat is already out of the bag. In a recent press release, Duolingo's CEO announced a major shift in the company's direction. Duolingo will transition to become a more AI-focused company, including not using contractors to do the work that AI can handle. Let's be honest, translation, they're replacing humans with machines. Now, before the backlash could hit full force, Lewis had this to say: Duolingo will remain a company that deeply cares about its employees. That's a nice sentiment, but for those contractors, it feels like the kind of care that comes from a goodbye email. And then he also tried to clarify by saying, this isn't about replacing duos with AI, because isn't this exactly what's happening? The shift to AI may boost efficiency and cut costs, sure, but it raises a lot of real questions about the human side of tech. What happens to all those people who help build the tools that you're now replacing them with? Duolingo has always positioned itself as a fun and accessible way to learn, powered by smart design and clever engineering. But as it leans more heavily on artificial intelligence, there's a fine line between innovation and elimination. It's the classic tech story progress with a price tag. And in this case, it might just be the very people that gave Duo his voice, his charm, and yes, even his corrections. So while Duolingo's future may be AI powered, let's hope that its heart doesn't get lost in code. But despite all that, oddly, Duolingo's stocks have risen to new heights. Just in the last 30 days, it has gone from $326.67 to $540.68. So clearly, investors aren't worried about the future of Duolingo. I mean, if they aren't paying employees, they can just simply line their pockets more. But relying too much on technology, I don't see how anything good can come from it. What are your thoughts on Duolingo going AI first? And do you believe that a company should really be relying that heavily on technology that, as we all know, can be completely unreliable most days? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you want to stay up to date on the latest news, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.